Hey YouTube, I was looking up how to restore tow chains and tie-down chains, and nobody had anything good, so I came up with my own stuff and I wanted to share it with you of how to restore your chains, your rusty chains. Now, if your chain is incredibly rusty, like just destroyed, just stick it in a bucket, and fill it with vinegar above the chain and let it sit for 2-3 days, maybe 4 days. You're going to see that there's going to be this large amount of scum builds up on the top of it, almost like a big dry pancake. But just scoop that off and just let it sit in there until it's good and all the rust is off of it. Then what I do is, and I don't know if you got a buddy's got one, or if you got one, or you could rent one. I got a cement mixer. I got a Cushland, which is a really good cement mixer, nice plastic cement mixer. What I do is I take the chain, I throw it in there, and I throw some sand in it. Then what you do is you just turn on your cement mixer. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing this in your house unless you have a handy dandy exhaust fan like I do, because it's going to create a little bit of dust. Then what I do is I head over to the handy dandy beer and have a swig. Then I head over to the handy dandy cigarette and have a little smoke of that. Now you want to go ahead and let this run until the damn chain's done. Once it's done, what I do is I take it out of there, I wash it out in a bucket with some soap and water, rinse it off real good and dry it. Make sure it's nice and good and dry. Then what I'll do is I'll take some Rust-Oleum paint, whatever color you want. Make sure it's oil-based Rust-Oleum, and then some mineral spirits. Now I mix the paint and the mineral spirits. A little bit more mineral spirits, but about 50-50, but a little bit more mineral spirits than paint. Then I stick it in a bucket. And I pour the mineral spirits with the mixed paint over it. Whoosh it around, lift it up, drop it, get it into all the cracks and crevices. And then what I do is I hang them above the bucket until they drip dry. And I take myself a little crap brush, and as they're drying, you just get the little drips off and stuff. And then I hang them to dry. And they turn out pretty damn good. Almost like a brand new chain again. Now for your ends, if you have welded ends, like this one is here, it just goes through the process with it. Now these here are removable ends here, and I'll just run them through some sand, and then I'll spray them with some Rust-Oleum Professional. This is the best. I'll show you. This is the best Rust-Oleum paint in the world right here. Rust-Oleum Professional. If you've never used the Professional, you've got to try it. Now, there's regular Rust-Oleum paint. I don't suggest it. I mean, it's a good paint. You paint it on there, you don't touch it for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 days, and you're good. It'll last forever. This right here, you paint it 20 minutes later, it's dry to the touch. By tomorrow, you're using it, and it works just like the regular Rust-Oleum. Maybe not as good, but man, is it great. So, you got your chain going over here. You just let her go. You reach in here and grab this son of a brick. You grab some of this son of a brick, you're going to see that chain is like brand spanky new. That chain's like brand spanky new. I don't know if this camera's getting it. You're gonna have to untangle it. It's all tangled up in there. But I'm telling you, it's brand new. You just throw it in a bucket with some 50-50 mix it around a little bit, hang it from a hook, let it dry, and you're gonna have some damn fine tie-down chains, or toe chains, or whichever chain, you know, whatever chain. But if it's really rusty, it's been sitting outside for a year, it's so corroded, rusty, you won't even believe it. Put it in a bucket with some white vinegar, cheapest vinegar you could buy. Like this here chain right here. See this chain? This chain ain't too bad. This chain ain't too bad. It's not too rusted. This chain right here was nothing but rust. It was nothing but rust. And this chain will be good to go. I didn't run that one through the sand mixer. I should have ran that one through the sand mixer. Would have made it nice and smooth like this here one. This one's nice and she's a smooth. But yeah, I'll run it through later. Anywho, yeah, you want to restore your chains back to brand new? Yeah. If they're really rusty, throw them in a bucket of vinegar for 3 days. Pull them out, run them through your sand mixer or your cement mixer with some sand. Just regular old mason sand, and or playground, whatever sand you want. I use the mason sand because it's coarse. But yeah, whatever sand you want to use, run it through your cement mixer. It'll come out brand spanking. Throw it in some mineral spirits, or after you wash it off, throw it in some mineral spirits and some Rust-Oleum, and you're gonna be really happy. All right, YouTube, take it easy. Oh, and observe all safety measures. All right, bye-bye.